Welcome to ABC, Adult Bible and Catechism, an educational and faith formation offering of Good Shepherd Lutheran Church of Bismarck, North Dakota. Well, welcome to our ABCs this week, and we are looking at, again, one of the social statements, the A, the application. And this statement is the church and criminal justice, hearing the cries. This social statement was approved in 2013, and as I read the summary and some of the statement, I thought, boy, we are ahead of the curve, that is for sure, because everything that is in this document is now stuff that is being discussed. And the thing in particular that I found interesting, I have a special guest here, Angie Kutzer, was this idea of restorative justice. That's something you've been hearing now for a couple years. And you, Angie, are working with some restorative justice stuff. So could you share with us how you're living out this church and criminal justice statement?
Yeah, absolutely. So pre-COVID, I spent 3 years volunteering to lead worship in the state penitentiary. And that was offering grace and hope to the incarcerated, allowing them to know and truly feel like when they got out of the pen, there was hope for a different future for them, and that Jesus loves them, and we all love and care for them. COVID unfortunately kind of changed that position, but since then, I have been serving in transitional housing units and also at Ministry on the Margins in the food pantry and in other ways there. And Ministry on the Margins is really focused on the restorative justice piece as far as post-incarceration, helping individuals find housing and hope. Let's put it that way, hope once again. So letting them know that there is a future for them after incarceration.
I find it interesting because we talk about, I'm originally from Minnesota, and I always remember driving, we talk about the prison in Stillwater, but then you had correctional facilities, and you had in St. Cloud the reformatory. Yeah. I mean, just the verbiage we use is so interesting. How that happens. And do you see a trend towards restoring people to the community, or is it still more, you've made a mistake, you will pay for it for the rest of your life?
Right. That's a really good question. I actually think the trend is towards restoring people to almost a new life or a better life. Mm-hmm. I think the current trend in society and in the United States is going in the direction of helping individuals get a second chance or a third chance if they need it, whatever chance they are on, and allowing them to know that they can have a full and happy life with the help of all of the programs that are out there to help these individuals.
Yeah. What are some things do you think that we as a church, as members of a church, can do in our community with our government to maybe help facilitate this change?
Okay. My number one thing in the community would be smile and show love to everyone. Let's say when I was going into the state penitentiary, I can say that the stereotype of a lot of tattoos is accurate, but that doesn't mean that when you see someone with a lot of tattoos, you have to assume ill of them. Mm-hmm. So just being kind to everyone would be the number one thing. As far as laws and helping restorative justice come even farther, I would just encourage everyone to remember that Jesus hung out with the least of these, that Jesus forgave the murderers and the sinners, and that's how we want to try to live as Christians too.
And I think one of the things that we can really take away from this is the power of forgiveness. Have you seen that
Yes.
power of forgiveness?
Absolutely, absolutely.
And not just for the person, for the incarcerated, but for the victims. That was another thing that came up, is that victims need to have that place in the process for their restoration.
Absolutely, yes. I see that restorative justice is a lot more successful when the victims and the other party have had some form of opportunity to forgive one another. Where if there's maybe been letter contact or video contact, doesn't even mean they have to be face to face, or contact from family of forgiveness. It gives the person, the incarcerated individual or the post-incarcerated individual, even more hope. And I also see a lot of struggles with them forgiving themselves. There's a lot of grieving of the life that they think they may have had, and they really need to be given enough hope and encouragement to forgive themselves as well.
Oh, wow. Folks, this is just a part of what is in this document. So if you would like to, it's only about 40 pages, and it's pretty readable, and it really does give you a good idea of not just criminal justice, but justice in general. I think justice in our communities. And you know, us Lutherans, it seems like we're always talking about things about 6 to 8 years ahead of everybody else. And we've talked about it. We've made the document. Now let's put it to work. Thank you, Angie, so much, and continue your good work there. And if people are interested in maybe getting involved, look you up.
Absolutely, yes.
Who knows what we can do, folks? If you Lutherans get together, we can change the world, or at least North Dakota. All right?
I believe it.
Take
Thank you.
care. Thank you.